Today we are going to watch Moviesied 2. In the start of the movie we see a small village scene where Ummi lives happily with her father Bindu Gopal and mother Anita. Actually, Ummi loves her father more than her mother because her father always cares for her and takes good care of her. Like helping in studies, having fun. Not only this, they have a relationship like a friend, due to which they get along very well. Now let's talk about Anita, who is a housewife and very hardworking, and she always scolds Ummi for her mischiefs. After a while, Ummi is also ready to go to school, and these two husband and wife also leave for their work. Now to go to duty, Gopal comes in the bus, where he tells a girl to stand and sit on the seat next to him, which his mother does not like, and his mother calls that girl to him. And then seeing this, Gopal feels very guilty that I wanted to help him. Well, the next day we see a scene from the college where Anita's friend Suma is giving a speech on the torture of girls, and Anita is also present there. Then Gopal calls her and she meets Suma and goes with Gopal from there. Now both of them reach a big shop where we come to know that today is Ummi's birthday, for which they have come here to buy all the things for her birthday. After reaching home, they celebrate Ummi's birthday very grandly, and in this way the whole family is very happy and enjoy the party. Now the next morning, Ummi quickly gets ready and goes to school with her father. Now after sitting in the bus, her friend asks her that why doesn't your mother come to drop you? In response to this, Ummi says that my father loves me very much, which is why he always comes to drop me. Now the day goes by and the time of the night comes, where Anita and Gopal are going to sleep. But then Ummi comes there and forcibly insists on sleeping next to her father. Even after explaining a lot to Anita, Ummi does not go from there and insists and sleeps there. Now in the next scene, we see Gopal, who is working in his office. Then he gets a call from Ummi's school, where he comes to know that Ummi has fallen ill due to fever. After knowing this, he immediately reaches Ummi's school and comes straight home with her. But as soon as he reaches home, the key is left with Anita and Anita's phone also switches off. Because of this, Gopal gets very worried, and in the meantime, Ummi also starts feeling dizzy. After a while, Anita reaches home with her friend Suma and sees that the lock of the house is broken. Then she says goodbye to her friend, and when she reaches home, she is very sad to see Ummi sick. And Gopal is also very angry with her because she did not come home early and her phone was also switched off. Now while explaining the reason, Anita says that there was less charging in my phone. Then the two of them get along. The next morning, Anita is preparing to go somewhere, seeing which Gopal asks, "Where are you going?" In response to this, Anita says that I and my friend Suma have decided to do a partnership in a clothing store. But Gopal clearly denies that there is no need and says that I don't believe in Suma at all, so don't go with her. But ignoring all these things of Gopal, she still goes. After this, he and Suma open their shop through a chief guest, where a lot of people get crowded for shopping. Now after coming from there, when Anita reaches home in the evening, the house is locked. But Gopal has not yet reached home with his son, and he has the key to the new lock. And then after a long time, when Gopal does not come home with Ummi, then Anita calls her friend and calls him back and goes from there. After this, a lot of time passes, and now Anita and Gopal's relationship has also deteriorated a lot. And because of this, the two of them start living separately. In the meantime, Ummi also goes on a school vacation for a few days, and Gopal and Anita get busy in their own work. Ummi tells her story that she does not feel good without her mother and she is also living alone. And in the meantime, Gopal also gets used to drinking and he also starts living alone. Now one day they find out that Ummi is coming back from her vacation, so they both go to school to pick her up and meet their daughter. Ummi is also very happy to see her parents, after which they meet the principal, where the principal tells them to meet Miss Lisa because of their bad relationship. But as soon as Miss Lisa is talking to them, Gopal gets very angry and he leaves with his daughter from there. Their relationship deteriorates and they sit in their own car and leave for home. Then by mistake, Anita has an accident on the way. But Gopal does not realize this and he takes his car and goes far ahead. Now Ummi is very worried by not seeing her mother and calls her. Then a lady receives her call and tells her that your mother has been admitted to the hospital. You reach here soon with your father. After this, they both go to the hospital, where Anita's friend Suma goes to take care of her. Now Gopal comes back home with his daughter without stopping there. When they come to the room, Gopal's eyes fall on Ummi's bed, on which there is blood, which tells Gopal that Ummi's periods have started, which he informs Anita. After this, Anita gets discharged from the hospital and comes with her friend Suma. She gives sanitary pads to Ummi and tells her that you have grown up now, you will have to leave your childhood. On the same night, Anita and Gopal are sleeping in their room and Ummi is studying on the other side. But as soon as the sound of lightning strikes, Ummi goes to her father out of fear and goes to sleep. Now seeing this, Anita does not like it and she sends her to sleep in her room again. But Gopal again goes to sleep with her in Ummi's room. Anita feels very bad again, but she is tolerating everything. As she grows older, Ummi becomes 13 years old and her father celebrates her birthday. This time he gifts her a cycle, and with this Anita and Gopal's relationship also improves and they are now intimate with each other. Now the next day, Ummi goes to the bathroom with her teacher, where her periods start again and now she feels very strange due to weakness. Now after coming to the classroom, when the teacher comes there, Ummi again asks for permission to go to the bathroom. Then a girl present there says that the teacher has gone 5 times so far, but the teacher tells her to go while understanding her problem. Then suddenly Ummi falls down on the way, after which she is immediately admitted to the school. And then when the doctor checks her, the doctor himself is surprised. Because friends, something has happened to Ummi that we do not know yet. Anyway, now the doctor tells Ummi to call the ladies' doctor because this case has become more complicated. After this, Ummi's principal calls Anita and tells her to come immediately. And on the other hand, Ms. Liza starts asking questions from Ummi, that what is it that you are hiding from all this? But in return, Ummi says nothing and insists on meeting her father. After a while, Anita also reaches the school and after coming there, the principal tells her something that wakes her up, and as soon as she sees her daughter in front of her, she gets very angry at her and she tells her to die. Now friends, this is a suspense because we do not know what happened to Ummi. Now to deal with this problem, the principal calls all the staff members to meet together, where we find out the biggest suspense of this movie, that there is a fight with Ummi's body, that is, someone has raped her, which Ummi herself does not know. Now all the teachers start asking questions about Ummi, but the principal tells them to handle this matter calmly. Then we see Ummi, who is trying to call her father out of fear. Then the teacher comes and stops her, because of which there is a big commotion in the school. After a while, Gopal also reaches there, to whom Ms. Liza tells that when we saw your daughter's condition was bad and sent her for treatment, we found out that your daughter is pregnant. Hearing this, he gets shocked and starts crying. Meanwhile, a staff member of the same school secretly takes out his photo. Now to know the truth about this, Gopal enters the principal's room, after which all the teachers there forcefully catch him and send him home. Later, we see the same staff who secretly took Gopal's photo. After this, he puts an Australian title on that photo and makes it viral that Gopal raped his daughter. Now let's see Gopal, who is angrily going home. Then he sees the same photo on his mobile, which was made viral by that staff, and seeing this, Gopal gets up and he also gets a shock. Now he meets his friend Narayan, and they both go to the club and sit, where Narayan and Anita talk, in which Anita says that whatever you heard is true. Now all the people sitting in the club start looking at Gopal angrily, which makes him feel guilty and leaves from there angrily. And straight away, Ummi's teacher tries to meet Liza, but the principal madam calls Narayan and calls him there and tells Gopal to leave from there. Now again, Gopal goes to the bar with Narayan, where he fights with some people and he is also thrown out of there. Now the next day, we see Anita and Suma in a hospital, where they have come to get Ummi's treatment. Then suddenly Gopal comes there and tries to meet Ummi. In the meantime, there is a big argument between Anita and Gopal, and the police arrest him and take him away. After coming to the police station, the constable taunts him to get his daughter pregnant. Then he attacks him, because of which a big scene stands there. After a while, the senior inspector comes there and starts investigating this case. For this, he goes to Ummi's school and tells the principal that you tried to handle this case without the help of the police, which is completely illegal, and you cannot decide the life of that girl by trusting such a stranger. You should have taken the help of the law, which would have proved how that girl got pregnant. Now after coming from there, Ummi's mother meets the inspector. Then the inspector reassures her that no father can do this to his daughter. You can trust that your daughter's crime will be caught soon. After this, the scene is shown after a few days, and we see a deserted house. A man wearing a jacket is welding there, and he has made something that can burn a person's body. Then we see a person kidnapped there. Then that jacket-wearing man comes to him and shows him a picture of Ummi on his mobile. Then some flashback pictures are shown, where we find that this kidnapped man and none other than the staff of the school who had taken pictures of Gopal and made them viral. Because of this, people started considering Gopal as the rapist of their daughter. Because of this, The poor family had to bear a lot of humiliation. And not only this, the face of that jacket-wearing man also comes in front, and he is none other than Gopal, who has caught him to take his revenge. Now Gopal tells him that when my daughter told me your name, that you have done this lowly act with her, then on the same day I had decided that I will kill you. In return, the criminal says that I am ready to surrender. You can give me any punishment, but don't kill me. But this criminal raped his daughter, because of which she was in a lot of pain. That's why Gopal, not having mercy on her, burns her through that gas chamber and kills her. Seeing this, everyone's soul trembles. Now after taking revenge for his daughter's revenge, Gopal pours the ashes of that dead staff in a big drain outside. And before leaving, a line is said that mother means truth and father means trust. And with this memorable dialogue, this movie's the end. So friends, one thing is clear, that Gopal was not the culprit of his daughter, but he was very cleverly trapped in this trap. But Gopal also took revenge for his daughter with a lot of wisdom and fulfilled the duty of being a father. Friends, if you liked the story, if you liked the explanation, like the video and subscribe to the channel.